Stuart and I just stared longingly into each other's eyes the entire interview.
Go ahead,
I'm Carly Fedorica here with GrahamMotion. Wanted to speak with him a bit about the horses he has in the Breeders' Cup for the next 2 days, as well as what a proponent he is of aftercare for the thoroughbred and their ability to go on into second careers. So just starting with, obviously, Miss Temple City. I'm a huge fan of this filly. Love Bob and Sean Feld. Just love the entire team around them, obviously including you. How did it feel in your last race when she beat the boys at Keeneland?
Yeah, well, as people saw that watching on television, I got pretty emotional about it. You know, she's a filly I'm really fond of. She's done amazing things, and I think my emotion that day was because of the frustration I had over the summer when she was beaten a few times when I thought she could have won. So, look, she's a very special filly to me. She's certainly the best filly I've ever trained. I doubt I'll ever have a filly to beat the boys in those kind of races, and honestly, I'm not sure that'll ever happen again. It was only because we were trying to avoid Tempest that it happened.
Yeah. And obviously, she's a bit of an underdog story that I don't think many people outside of the internal racing industry get to hear. Bob bred her himself and tried to sell her, and she RNA'd for what, about $10,000 as either a weanling or a short yearling. And he kept her and decided to, you know, go off to the races, and she's now won how much in earnings?
Yeah, it's a great story. I mean, she's over $1 million now, so
Wow.
It's a great story, really. Credit to Bob.
And she's been all over the world, correct? She ran back in Europe, and
yeah, she's been to England twice, hoping to go back next year.
And obviously, with her being a filly, if and when, you know, she's finished with her career, she will most likely go to the breeding shed. But you also have quite a few horses in your barn that you have connections to the sport horse world, and you transition them out. I know that Philip Dutton has quite a few of the horses that you trained. Can you speak a bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, this has really been my wife's project. We started with Ichabod Crane, who was one of our sort of barn favourites.
He's doing amazing.
He was third in the Preakness, and then Earl Matt was nice enough to let us turn him over to Philip to give him another career, and he ended up winning the makeover.
Yeah.
The first year that they had it. So he's been a great story, and because of that, I think it's generated a lot of other interests. We have a Team Valor horse called How Great, who's now with Philip. I believe West Point have a horse.
Yeah, Commanding Curves with Philip.
Commanding Curves there. So, and my wife has several others that we've moved on to doing that. And Philip's pretty quick to say if they're going to handle it or not. So, but it's really fun. It's been great to follow their progress, and I think it's really been important to capture people's attention. I think this is something that everyone needs to pay more attention to.
And obviously, you are a super successful trainer. You train out of Fair Hill primarily, correct?
Yes.
And obviously out here in Santa Anita now, but why? Why horses? What got you into the industry? Why did you become a trainer?
Yeah, I mean, my family were always involved with horses. My mum and dad had a horse farm near Newmarket in England. I always wanted to be a jockey, to be honest, but I knew very quickly that I was going to be too tall and probably not brave enough to do that. So, you know, I grew up watching people like Henry Cecil and Michael Stout. Here I am at Santa Anita. I had dinner with Michael Stout, who's one of my childhood idols. So it's funny how things work out. I was, you know, one of my greatest experiences perhaps was when Sherdicant won the Breeders' Cup and beat a filly of Henry Cecil's. You know, these were the guys that I grew up that kind of got me interested in the game. So look, I feel extremely fortunate to be here in the Breeders' Cup. It's something we've been able to do ever since the first year we ran it, and to me it's the icing on the cake.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us at Horse Network, and we will definitely be cheering you on, not only with her, but Ring Weekend and the others, and best of luck.
Thanks, they're a good group. Thank you.
Thanks, Graham.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you so much.